Hey guys, long time no see. My name is Christine. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. I'm so excited to film this actually. I've been meaning to film it for weeks. I haven't had a spare minute alone to actually sit down and film something. So I'm really excited to film this. I'm going to be showing you how I've been using my Sterling Ink N1 vertical compact calming planner. I moved into this after my twines and paper and my DIY planner fiasco. And I think for me, it's just a reminder that, you know what, don't fix what's not broken. So I'm very, very comfortable with this planner. I used it in 2024. So I'm really happy to be back in it for 2025. The only difference is I was in the B6 and I'm now in an N1, but I think I'm a B6 girl. So going on from next year, I'm just going to stick with B6, stick with what I know. So that's a conclusion I've came to just this year, but I'm going to stick with this planner for the rest of this year and because it's working perfectly well. It's just a little bit narrower than what I'm used to. So I'm going to go a pretty comprehensive look through the planner and show you how I've been using it. There's a couple of spreads that I'm really excited about that it's my first time using it. There are a few spreads I want to show you. So let's just go ahead and get started. Okay, so just getting started from the beginning, I made an order from the Coffee Monsters Co., and this is the freebie that came with it. I haven't filled in anything. This is a sticker from Catbird. I had an order from them. Just collecting stickers, nothing special, nothing all that meaningful. These are the stickers that I bought from the Coffee Monsters Co. I bought it was called their like monthly habit tracker, but I actually used it. I bought 3 sets of it, and I set up 3 2025 yearly spreads, and this is what I did in 2024. I would have just bought the monthly stickers for 2025 from Sterling Ink, but they actually were sold out when I bought this planner, and I didn't really want to just kind of wait around for them to come back in stock. So I bought these are empty months, but I went in obviously and I filled it in, and even these the month headers are also from the Coffee Monsters Co. So I bought 3 sets of both, and I created 3 yearly spreads. This one is for my workouts. When I actually do a workout, when I go for a walk, when I do yoga, when I'm just have an active day. March has not been a great month. I went back to work full-time March since maternity leave, so it's been a rough month for workouts, but that's okay. I'm giving myself grace, and we're gonna hopefully have a better month next month. But yeah, so I was postpartum, but kind of still recovering, getting back into the groove of my life, and then full-blown back to work. So this one was, yeah, pretty sparse. No, if I drank alcohol or if I did not, obviously more so not drinking than I am because I'm breastfeeding currently, but it's still fun for me to just see a big overview. And then this is if I've had sugar or if I've had a little bit of sugar. I'll just outline the date without filling it in. So that's always a work in progress, but I just like to track and see what my trends are for the month. So I've had these spreads are really, really fun for me, just so in the end of the year, I'll have a full view of what my months and year look like. So I'm really excited to be back in this kind of habit tracker versus the one I was in with my twines and paper. I filled in my goal breakdown exactly the way I had in 2024. This is what I did when I was even in the twines and paper. I made my own kind of goal breakdown. So I was happy to be back in here. Oh, and this is the spread that I'm really excited about. So I've never had a mood tracker before, and this spread just seemed perfect I had no idea how to use this spread, but it seemed perfect for something like this. And the reason I say that is, it doesn't matter to me what day the 1st or the 2nd or the 3rd is, right? So I just want to see like an overview of my year. And I always had a problem with mood trackers, as in, they're all such random colors, right? So there'd be like, a blue is like a sad day, and, a pink is like a happy day, and then a red is like, you're sick, or, I'm not criticizing anyone's mood trackers. I think if that works for you, that's awesome. But for me, I wanted to see like a spectrum, so that if I kind of like blur my eyes and look at this, it stands out to me as in like, oh, I have like a really a lot of light color days. That probably means like it was like, a normal to a great day. But if I have a lot of like dark color days, that tells me that you were sick, or you were like anxious or frustrated or depressed, or you're not having a great day. So I wanted that spectrum of color. So what I actually did is I went through all my Tombos and I created like the spectrum of color, you know, the best I can. Obviously it's not perfect. And I actually even went ahead and like labeled them. So this is like a number one, you know, I have a little key here, but this is like number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, so that I always have this just kind of at my table. And so I can just pull it really quickly. So that's how I've been able to keep up with my mood tracker. So you can see I've had like, you know, some over, the darkest one for me usually means I was very overstimulated that day. And maybe that's not fair to make that my darkest one, because as like a very new mom of 2, I'm overstimulated actually pretty often. And that's what accounts for all these like darker days. And then the other ones are just when I'm sick or like not feeling well. So I had a few of those days early postpartum. And then, oh my gosh, I have mastitis right now. So, if you don't know it, I won't get into it, but I'm like currently on the antibiotics, and oh my God, I was the worst few days I've experienced as of late. But basically, so that's what my key is, right? So going from light to dark, where dark is negative and then light is positive. So if anything from like 3 upwards, if they're light, that means I'm having a string of like pretty good days, right? So that's kind of how I enjoy looking at the mood tracker. And like over the course of a year, I think it'll be so fun to look back on. Obviously, I'm a day late now. So actually, I'll just fill that in right now. Yesterday was a 2, which means it was productive, energetic, pretty motivated, which is great because I was at work that day. And then today, we'll see at the end of the night where we are. But that's kind of where we are now. So I'm like, I actually kind of look forward to like putting this in every day. And I think about like, oh, what kind of day did I have, right? Was it like a 3 or a 2? Or like if I'm having a really bad day, I'll be like, oh, okay, well, at least I know like I can put in 5 for my mood tracker. I don't know. It's just like something that just like kind of maybe grounds me a little bit. And that's what my planner is for. So I'm so thrilled about that one. So yeah, I didn't have a purpose for this tracker, but I never thought I'd enjoy having a mood tracker as much. Oh, and this is just, I started tracking my period, which I got less than 2 months postpartum, which was awesome. And then I haven't gone since. So I know it could be pretty irregular, but I'll keep tracking that on this spread as well, just highlighting the dates. And then my quarterly and monthly goals, and then my reading tracker I'm keeping on this spread. I used to use this for habit tracking, but I'm not doing as many habits. These 3 first pages are more than enough habits for me to keep track of when my life is a little bit chaotic and not totally in my control. So I'm happy to use this as my reading tracker because that's exactly the spread I would have made somewhere else anyway. So these are my quarterly priorities, and then my monthly priorities or goals or things I want to work on. And then these are my small wins of the month. So things I just want to keep track of, note, like things that wouldn't necessarily make my monthly pages, as in like things I did that day, a small type of memory keeping, and things that wouldn't make this list, right? Because maybe I didn't expect it, but things that have come up. So we're working on that, the wins on this side. And I love looking at these at the end of the month and at the end of the quarter. And then on this side, I've read 5 books so far this month. My 6th book I'm currently working on is House of Sky and Breath, which is the 2nd book in the Crescent City series by Sarah J. Maas. I loved the first one, so I'm hoping the second one is just as good, but we'll see. If you know, let me know if it's just as good. I'm only about 30% through, but I loved Wedding People. I know that's like a big hyped book these days, but it was so fun to read Wedding People. I zoomed through that like in a week or so. And then these are the color coordinating what I'm reading currently. So a lot more fiction than nonfiction. No nonfiction yet this year, but that's okay. Like I'm reading books that I want to enjoy, and you know, like books that I want to keep reading. I think that's what I have to focus on right now. I can't forcing myself to read a book is just not going to happen. And sometimes with nonfiction, it does feel like that once in a while. So I'm just reading books that are sound enjoyable to me right now. So yeah, that's going great, and I'll keep that up for the rest of the 3 quarters. I do have to, of course, Q2 is coming up, so that'll be soon. And then my monthly pages, I am, it's my memory keeper. So I just, if something like kind of significant happens that day, I just want to note it. And there are some days where, you know, it's just another work day or just another day at home. There's not really too much to note, right? Like I had my baby this day. So, yeah, a Christmas Eve baby. So then that was pretty significant. And then these stickers are from Coffee Monsters Co. I bought that with my order. I had one from Sterling Ink, but I kind of wanted something like more cutesy, right? Like something her more Helen style, whereas Catherine style is a little bit more like artsy and like a little bit more dramatic, dark academia, I think they call it. I have a little bit of both, but I was kind of drawn to trying some of her stickers. So that's January. I was still on maternity leave, still just taking care of my kid. Not a ton going on in terms of like work or events. February, we were getting a little bit back into it. I was playing with my planners a lot, and this is when I switched to my N1 in February. And then I was full blown back at work, and my kid went back to school. He goes to school half days, 3 days a week. He's only 2.5. And then, we went to school for a week and a half and he got sick. And then we all got sick. And we're still like, I don't even know if it's the same sickness, a different sickness. We're all like sniffly, a little bit coughy. My newborn has a little bit of sniffles. Like, I don't know what to do. It's just, and then I got mastitis, right? It's like, let's all make it to April and then let's all stop getting sick. I know that's not going to happen, but, my God, I'm over it. I'm over the colds and the sicknesses. So I did put that in for the rest of the month. These are just random stickers, but I did put in the months for the from Coffee Monsters Co. All right, then let me show you. I have a little bit of a story starting here. So a few weeks ago, I was so overwhelmed with my life, being back at work, newly having two kids, that one of whom does not have any sort of routine. I'm just literally winging it from the moment I wake up to the moment I go to sleep and trying to figure out how anyone can help me in between. I was so overwhelmed, and I heard Catherine from Sterling Ink talking about how she used to time track, like every moment of her day, every hour of her day, she used to track and see where it's going, right? Is it going to work? Is it going to her kids? Like, where is her time going in a very like granular way? And I thought, on top of everything else, I kind of want to see that for myself. I want to see these trends for myself, and not because I want to like change anything, but I just want to like reward myself or like acknowledge to myself, like, this is where your time's going, right? You're not just sitting there on your phone all the time. There are times I do that, but that's not really what you're doing. So I wanted to start time tracking. And I wasn't in the habit of doing it, so it was actually really hard in the beginning. So what I did was I created my own like spread just in my notes pages, like a random Friday to Sunday. This was March 14th. So for the 14th to 16th, I was like, let's just try it, right? Like, let's just see how it goes. If it sucks, then I'm done. I'm never going to do it again. But if it's enjoyable to look at, like, maybe I'll do it for another week and like, we'll just see. Right. So, I started on Friday and I just did 3 days and I had a little key and I was just seeing like, what do my days look like currently? And to be fair, this was a very work heavy week. It was like a weekend where I actually do a little bit of work. So that's the yellow. Otherwise I wouldn't work this much on the weekend. So then, at the end of, one Sunday when I was setting up my next week, I was like, you know what? I actually kind of want to like see this through for like another week or two. So, if I started this planner in February, so I didn't use the January pages at all, right? So if you look, this is my January 2026 spread. That's the last monthly spread of the planner. And then this was technically the first week of January of 2025, but I didn't use it. I have a lot of blank weeks. Because I didn't go into it until mid-February. So I changed it. I made this March and I just put the week that I wanted to work on. That's right after this week. And I just did the whole week. It's not perfect. I think there's some parts I probably fudged a little bit, but I just wanted to see like, where is my time going and like, what am I doing week after week? So the blue is childcare. The yellow is work. The pinks are hygiene / meals. Showers, meals, brushing my teeth, getting ready for bed, like things like, just maintaining myself. And then, there's bits and pieces of everything else, but that's mostly it. And then I was just trying to, and then the gray, kind of like bluish gray, I guess, is sleep. And of course, sleep is rough, but that's to be expected. But I just wanted to see, like, give myself credit. Like, this is how much work you do in a week. And this is how much of other time you have for childcare. And if you get this is like the bare minimum I need to maintain my body and like my life, right? And then if I'm lucky, I can read for like 15 minutes before bed. And then if I'm lucky, I get, look at how much sleep I got. I got like 5 hours of sleep, like hallelujah, right? So like, I just wanted to look at this and just give myself a little bit of credit. Like, you know what? You're doing great. I mean, you're not doing fantastic, but you're doing great. Like, you could be doing better, but so far you're doing fine. All right. This is when I had mastitis. So I lied awake for 2.5 hours, like burning up and having the chills at the same time. So I'm sorry, if you don't know, it's an infection in your breast, like because of your breast milk. So I was like dying by myself. And I kept thinking like, oh my God, this is like 2.5 hours. I could be sleeping. And I didn't, because I felt horrible. And then I didn't have a key for this, but my mom came to help me. Like, thank the Lord for that angel. She came to help me, and I just lied on the couch, both burning up and having the chills the whole morning, while she took my toddler to school and helped me take care of my baby. Like, and then finally the meds kicked in at some point, and I got like my life together in the most minimum way possible. So that was this past week, and we're on Friday. So I do back plan a little bit. I back filmed this in a little bit, but I'm like trying to give myself as much grace and as much credit as I can, because sometimes it just feels like I'm not doing anything. Like, I am barely keeping up with work at this point. Even when I'm giving it 110%, I'm 2 steps behind right now. And when I'm home and I'm giving my kids 100%, I still feel like I'm not doing enough. And I know that's very common for moms, and I know that's so unfair for all the other moms listening to this. Like, we're all doing so much, but I kind of need this right now to just be like, this is where your time's going. Like, your time is going to your kids. And then when you're very intentional, it's going to work. And if that's it, if you're not getting time to, I'm not getting time to socialize. I don't even know what playing. I made this a separate key. Like, I'm playing with my kids versus childcare. There is no distinction for me anymore. Like, those are one and the same. So I have to get rid of playing. That's just not happening. Reading, if I'm lucky. Connecting with my husband, if I'm lucky. We did that, a few times here and there. Sleep is great. Personal and alone time does not exist currently. Workout, I tried. And that's as far as we're gonna get. So I do think I'm gonna keep doing this next month too. So we'll see how many weeks I keep it up with. The reason I'm not devoting like a whole book to this is I don't think I'm gonna do this for more than a few weeks, and I have like about 6 or 7 weeks that are currently blank. So I'm just going to keep doing this in here as long as I can. If for some reason I fall in love with this and I want to like keep going, and I don't have enough weekly pages, I'll just buy a weekly booklet from Sterling Ink. But I don't foresee myself doing this past a month. I'll have a pretty good idea, and like I think I'll like kind of resolve that within myself at that time. So far, yeah. This is what my life is. I do childcare, and if I'm lucky, I get 15, 30 minutes to eat and maybe go to the bathroom. And that's really all. That's really it. And that's okay. That's the season of life I'm in right now, and that's perfectly fine. And we are all battling different things. And right now my battle is just, like, it's like a mental battle. Just like, be okay with not doing too much, because you're still doing a lot. So that's where I am with that. Okay, and then I'm not going to show you all the notes pages because they're pretty redundant. But yeah, my supply tanked once I got mastitis. So we're working on it. We'll see. I don't think I'm going to make it the full year, but I was hoping to make it at least 6 months. We'll see about the breastfeeding part. And then my weight, we are not on a great trend right now. But I am very motivated to start working out again. That's like my next big thing. Q2, that's like my Q2 goal, to like get into like a little bit of a groove of working out again. It's going to take like a full quarter to do that, but I'm going to give it my best shot because I want to. And I have a lot of things looking forward to, like this summer and this fall, that I want to, feel better for, and I'm not there yet in my body. I'm not feeling better, and that's okay. Right? That takes time as well. It took like 9-10 months to grow a baby. I'm not going to get my body back in 3 months. So a big Q2 goal of mine is that this, starts making better trends downwards. And then for date nights, we actually did go on a date night. It was a lunch date because we do have a nanny on Fridays. So we made it work that we went out and got lunch together, and that was great. So yeah. And then I am keeping up with the journaling practice. You can see the entries are getting shorter and shorter and shorter. I'm still fine with that. You know, I'm not going to be able to sit down and journal for like, I'm not doing morning pages. I can't do like pages and pages a day. If this is all I can write for today, that's okay. Just the fact that I'm actually keeping this up is pretty incredible. And then I told you I was doing March, like an adjustments page, like how things are changing. This came about because 2025 was my year of adjustments. I actually totally forgot to write that anywhere in this planner. But yeah, 2025 is my year of adjustments. Things change when you have a baby. So we're just going to have to like, you know, keep adjusting with it. Keep adjusting with the baby and changing our routines for the baby and having him into our routines as well. So we're just going to keep adjusting back and forth. But things change so fast every month. So I wanted to just keep track of like, how is it changing? So I just want to keep a couple of notes every month about, you know, what is our family looking like? Like, what are my kids' trends? Are they sleeping well? My toddler is currently going through a mom phase. He's like completely obsessed with me. Like, I have to be the one to do absolutely everything. And I think it's because newly postpartum, like literally week 1, week 2, week 3, month 1, I made it a goal to be very intentional with my time with him. Like, I was like, I'm going to sit down and have one-on-one time with my kid every single day. And I did. And I felt so great about it. I was like, wow, I feel like we're bonding so much. And like, we don't have like the quantity of time, but like, I want to make sure that the quality of our interactions is like really great. And it was going so good. And now this kid is obsessed with me. And he only wants me for absolutely everything. And I think part of that also is like, so I think the jealousy is like kicking in now. Like, when I was pregnant, like, I don't think he had any idea of what that meant. He was only 2, so that's completely fair. And even when the baby first came, I think he was like so confused that he didn't really know what this meant. But now I think he's finally like, okay, like he also wants my attention. And when I'm like, you know, like making faces at my baby, sometimes I'll look over and he's like really staring at like intently at us, and like, I don't know why I'm whispering like he's listening. He's not listening. But yeah, like I think he knows now that like, okay, like we both have his attention. Like, we're both her babies. And I think there's like a little bit of jealousy that comes with that. So this too shall pass. Like, I love it. I'm just, you know, I'm just trying to enjoy it as much as I can. He's not going to want me forever. Like, when he's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like, I don't think he's going to want me forever. So just enjoy it. Like, that's really what I'm just trying to hold on to. This too shall pass. In a few months, in a few years, whenever, it will pass and I will miss it. Like, the day he stops looking for me, I know I'll miss it. So I'm just going to try to enjoy it. Oh, and then I'm ready for my April dashboard because that's in a few days. Yeah, and then the last thing I wanted to show is that just my books read. That's my only other spread. I bought this washi from Etsy, Amazon, Jet Pens, I don't remember. But you can pretty much find this anywhere at this point. So I'm on my 5th book, like I said. So I gave House of Earth and Blood 5 stars. I gave Wedding People 5 stars. Wedding People I love because it was like an easy read, but it also, like, I love the message it sent. And I love the characters. I think the character development was really good. And I think it's just a book I needed at that time, like, to read. So yeah, so that's wow, 3 out of my 5 books are 5 stars. Maybe my grading scale is a little bit, I'm grading these books a little bit easier this year, or I'm just picking great books to read. So I'm happy to keep that up. I'm excited to see what other books I read for this year. I already have a few books already lined up that I'm like, okay, I'm going to read this next. So I have the new Hunger Games book. What is it called? Sunrise on the Reaping, the Haymitch book. I have that coming up. I just bought Long Bright River by Liz Moore. I started it last year and I never got to finish it, but I really want to continue reading that. And then I just bought Gods of the Woods. Is that what it's called? I just heard really great things, and there was like a promotion to buy. If I buy like 2 books, I'll get 1 free. So I took advantage of that. Gods of the River, Gods of the Woods, I'm not sure. So yeah, I have a couple of books coming out in the fall that I also already like pre-ordered. So I'm so excited to keep reading. I hope I can make more and more time for it. And that's pretty much it. I love my planner right now. I'm sad I don't have more time to kind of devote to it and sit down every, morning and evening and like really update it. A couple of accounts that I've really been loving, if you are interested. I love journaling with Mady. I'm going to link it below. I've already linked her before because something she said like really resonated with me too. But I love the way she has like 3 kids and she still has so much time to do things. Like she's a runner, she cooks. Like I don't even cook. I haven't cooked in months. But I think, you know, that's kind of where my interests are like shifting towards, like moms who are kind of doing it all, even if they're not like, even if that doesn't mean working and housekeeping and being a mom, like just doing everything they want to be doing and making time for it. And when they're not making time for it, they're being okay with that. Like I think that's kind of like the content that I'm gravitating towards on all social media. So I love journaling with Mady. I really, really like look forward to her videos all the time. So that's if you are looking for some, you know, planner inspiration, please check her out because I genuinely look forward to her videos. I wish she posted more, but you know, she's a mom of 3. I trust me, I get it that's just it's not always possible. Like this is my first video in a month, but I'm always thinking of it. I'm always thinking of you guys. I'm always thinking about my planner. So I wish I had more time here, but it's just not the season of life I'm in right now. But I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions about this or anything else, feel free to type it in the comments. I try my best to respond to all of them. Thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful weekend and week.